Hi, and welcome into the Ranch Sitdown. Our guest today, Evan Boyer.
What's up, y'all? This is the old man. He's a slave to the holler. Drag his body from the mines. And some of them saw cut white powder keeps him going with that shine. You can't help but smell that desperation. You hide away when you need to cry. And if you're born on the east side of the river, you're hard-pressed to see 65. You're not loving on the living. At least you're knowing where you'll die. He made damn sure that I never saw Kentucky. Got me out just in time. Lord knows he'll never be a father. He wasn't ready to be mine. But if he ever hears me singing loud from Texas, well, I hope like hell he makes that drive. You're not loving on the living. At least you're knowing where you'll die. He made damn sure that I never saw that holler. Got me out just in time. Got me out just in time. Can't help but wonder what it looks like. I'm sure he's weathered through the years, tired and left without, worn by time and broken down. But I hope like hell that he's still here. You're not loving on the living. At least you're knowing where you'll die. Well, he made damn sure that I never saw Kentucky. Got me out just in time. Got me out just in time.
My goodness, man. That is a powerful song.
Thanks,
Very
man.
well done.
I appreciate that.
Evan Boyer hanging out with us here on the Ranch Sit Down. Your website has this quote about you. Up-and-coming Americana artist Evan Boyer is not a polished, perfect singer-songwriter plucked from the glossy pages of a music magazine. He's the genuine article making real and relatable music from the rough fodder of personal experience. Did you fire that person? I think you could be in a magazine, Evan, myself.
No, I don't think I can. I say too many stupid things.
Oh, so you want my job? Is that what it is? All right. Our new co-host for the rest of his career, Evan Boyer.
I'd love that. Are you kidding me?
You were born in North Carolina.
I was born in North Carolina. That's right.
Start your music career,
I started my
quote
music-
unquote, there.
No, I was born in North Carolina, and I was quickly adopted by my
Mhm.
parents, and grew up in the Northeast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was an aberration. I got into country music pretty early.
Yeah, I could say there's not a lot. See, there's the phone
Yeah.
thing I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
country Americana music out
It's
there.
really not. And I mean, I started learning power chords and punk rock first.
That's what I was wondering. Where, like, what did you? It seems like so many guys and gals in this music scene started doing rock and punk.
Mm-hmm. Because it's so melodic.
Yeah.
Like I got drawn to the melodies, and it's very. You could take those melodies and make them country. You can make them Americana. You can make them pop. It's just how you feel it and the lyrics. And I like to think some of my music's lyric driven. But chords are chords.
Right.
And that's kind of how it started. It started with punk. I started learning punk rock and everything, and really got drawn to country.
So when you were growing up, was mom and dad, were they listening to country music?
No.
What were they listening to?
They weren't. They're not. Well, my mom went to Woodstock, so that's not true. She's really into music. But my parents weren't really musical. It was something I was just kind of born with, and they certainly fostered it. They got me my first drum set, got me my first guitar.
Nice.
They didn't know what they were doing.
They got you a drum set?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
I was like, I really want a drum set, and God bless them, they did it. But that's kind of how I started. I don't really know how. Well, okay, my cousin Tim. He got me my first CD was Garth Brooks. So there you go. That's kind of how it started off.
Started
like,
that way.
Is good.
Like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like,
there's stories here.
Thunder rolls. Ooh,
oh
I
yeah,
like this.
that was a story, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, I love it. I still play it.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, man.
Do you cover it at shows?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, man.
Do you feel like you do it justice? That was a delayed response.
But it's selfishly just sometimes, as an artist, you still want to play just stuff that's not your own. Sometimes.
Right.
I don't want to only do that, but sometimes you want to. It's a fun cover to play. So yeah, I do Thunder Rolls.
So were you doing music in the Northeast, like doing actual shows?
Yeah, I was in cover bands.
I was going to say, it feels like in a place like that, it's a lot of covers.
A lot of covers.
Hard to get away with your own original stuff.
It really is, and in some aspects, that's still the case. I mean, it depends on the crowd. But yeah, I started in college. I was in high school, garage bands. And we sounded terrible, and that's how you learn. That's how you cut your teeth.
That's what makes a garage band good.
Exactly.
You kind of sound terrible.
And some of the guys went on to become full-time musicians. I stopped. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, guys. So I got into radio.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So my new co-host is Evan.
I know. It's like an interview, double, right?
Like on the air live. Here we go.
Exactly. But yeah, I worked in Boston and New York in country radio. And then I got into voiceovers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, not to digress, but I was a voice for NBC for promos for like 10 years.
What?
Yeah, I did Tonight on an all-new NBC Monday.
Holy hell.
Like that stuff.
Look at that.
I did that, and it wasn't very fulfilling. So I got back into music, and I'm like, I want to do something that I feel, and it's where I can express myself. And I'm like, I got this in me. I have an album in me. And my wife supported it, and she still does. And I went back into music, and that's kind of how it was all over the place. But I always kind of stayed in music with radio, as you know.
Yeah.
But I had this itch that I needed to get back in.
I've said it a million times to different artists that DJs are just wannabe musicians. We didn't have the talent. You actually had the talent, which is nice. That's rare. Willie Nelson, was in radio and did music too.
In Fort Worth.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a radio nerd.
I'm pretty much Willie Nelson is what it is.
That's what it is.
Without the habits, but
That's okay too, man. I'm not going to judge.
I couldn't afford it if I wanted to. So what drew you to Texas, Evan?
I was dating a girl at the time. Just honestly.
It's the way it always is.
Didn't work out.
Right.
But yeah.
But it sounds like it did later.
It did. And thank God for her. I ended up in Texas.
Yeah.
And I've been here for 16 years now. I live in Dallas, in East Dallas by White Rock.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I can go
At least we're by the lake.
That's true. Yeah.
But I love being over in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got places you can live over here. I'm telling you, there's places everywhere.
You got with kids and everything.
Oh yeah, like we allow them. It's great.
I'm all I'm all for it.
Here's the difference between Dallas and Fort Worth. You can take your kids downtown here and
Uh-huh.
walk around.
Can't do that there.
Yeah.
Nothing against Dallas.
Oh no, we are. I'm not. I'm going to be honest with you. We are very anti-Dallas here.
Yeah.
Very.
I know. I'm well aware.
We call ourselves the radio station that Dallas doesn't deserve. So it is. They don't care about us, but whatever. I don't care.
I have listeners, fans,
Absolutely.
all over the
By the way,
Metroplex.
that was just me saying that, not Evan. He's been very nice to Dallas. It's just
I'm okay
me. You
with
can
it.
send your emails to me like you always do. So nobody really in your family was a musician.
No.
Grandparents, nothing. Wow.
No.
So what did your parents say when you decide, you make that, hey, I think I'm going to start taking up music?
It was
a little skeptical, maybe?
Pretty skeptical. I mean, they were probably the most supportive.
Mhm.
And it was my dad still asks me, he's like, you make your money back yet on that album? I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to, but they're super supportive. My friends, supportive, but still like, what does that mean that you're a musician? What is that? And when you're starting out, I kind of equated it to you're rebuilding a car. Like, it's in your garage. You're telling people, I got this Mustang I'm working on, but they don't see it. They don't know what you're doing. They're like, okay, yeah, he's rebuilding a car. And then you finally get it out on the road, and they're like, oh, they hear your first single. Oh, they go to your first show.
Oh, that's the color you picked?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's this one about?
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of what I equate it to. And I finally got that car on the road, and it's going well so far.
You feeling good about it?
I'm feeling really good about it.
The new album,
The Devil in Me.
Yeah. What's the story behind the title?
Oh, well.
Do you have some demons you were fighting?
I have, yes. Yeah. Alcohol specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I loved whiskey, which is pretty common theme in country and Americana music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been sober for a year now.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And my first album, The Devil in Me, was really about fighting my demons in different aspects. And I'm glad I have it. It's like a timestamp on my life that I can always listen to those songs. When I wrote all those songs when I was under some influence of alcohol, some more than, other. I wrote The Devil in Me at like in 3 a.m. I don't even remember writing it.
Wow.
It was, and it's not, I lucked out. It was, I liked the songs, but it was like, okay, something's got to change.
Right,
When I got sober. But, it was, it's like I call it, it's like a timestamp.
That's wild. So I understand, though, that the album was, in a way, influenced by Shayne Smith and the Saints.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Tell us this story.
So it's pretty cool. I actually recorded this album twice.
I heard that, yeah.
The first time, I got everything back. I got the mixes back, and I'm just like, I was working with someone, and it just wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't what I expected. Like, it's kind of sounded like back to my garage band days. Like, I thought this would be different, and I played it for my wife, and she was like, that sounds great. And she's not a musician. But I'm like, no.
She was being supportive.
She was being supportive, and honestly, she didn't hear the difference until I go, okay, I understood what she was saying. It sounds fine. But then I was like, okay, how can I? So I was like, okay, I got out Geronimo, Shayne's album, and I played All I See Is You, and I played it like an A/B comparison. She goes, okay, I hear it now.
Okay,
and then she very casually said, well, why don't you just get that guy? And I go, okay.
You do a little research here.
Oh, yeah. And I looked up who produced it, who engineered it, and his name's Bradley Procope. And he happened to live in Plano.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm like, all right, let's go,
Sometimes the music universe, man.
It was crazy. And I reached out to him that night, and he reached back out to me that night. He's like, let's set up a call. And I explained everything I wanted to do. He's like, this is great. Let's do this.
That's awesome.
And we spent the next 6 months together. I said, what can I keep? what was salvageable,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up nothing was salvageable except the choir, the gospel choir on "The Devil in Me" that
Oh,
was
yeah.
originally recorded. Yeah, but we re-recorded the whole album, and I don't play electric guitar, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't pretend to. I play acoustic, but I'm like, I need an electric guitar. She's like, what about? I'm gonna get my buddy Tim, and I'm like, who's Tim? Tim Lightyear, who was in Shayne
Yeah.
and co-wrote the song "All I See Is You" that I
made a
played for my
difference for
wife.
you.
That
Yeah.
made the difference for me. And Tim is on every track of my album, and he's one of my best friends now.
That's incredible.
It's such a weird, crazy world that going back 2 years or year and a half, whatever, I'm just like, these people just live in my brain and in my stereo,
Mhm.
and now I know them. And now, I was texting Tim an hour ago.
Isn't that weird?
It's so weird. I'm like, hey, you're gonna be down here. We're gonna meet up. It's just crazy, and I'm so lucky he was on the album. Him and Brad make such a difference. They made,
Mhm.
because I don't produce. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to write songs. I know kind of what I want in my head. But
You have a general vision of where you
have
wanted
a
to go there.
general
Yeah.
vision, exactly. Or maybe, I got this idea for this song. They're like, yeah, let's do that. And then they're, all right, let's bring in this. Let's set up the microphones this way. All this stuff that I'm like, I don't know, man. But I'm like,
Trust. Yeah.
Exact trust.
Yeah.
And like at the end product, I know what I like. I know what I
Mhm.
hear. But it was just serendipitous to connect with those guys.
It's got to be an incredible feeling to find somebody that can understand your vision, because it's, not saying anything bad about the first time you recorded the album, because obviously your wife said it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Just you had a certain vision in your head, and be able to find somebody that you can connect with isn't an easy thing, honestly. Let's be honest. But like, for that to happen, that's pretty magic.
That's a great word for it. I'm really lucky that I found someone that, you're right, saw the same vision, saw the same
Mhm.
end result. And it wasn't easy going through those old tracks, because we looked at every track that's on the album now, but the previous versions,
Just trying to
of them,
find something you
trying
can
to
save.
find, like, can we keep this bass line? He's
Mhm.
like, and in some ways, as a producer, Brad, you have to be a perfectionist,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be like, all right, we really need let's get a string section in here that
Mhm.
would like elevate this type of song. And thankfully, I just did it.
That's awesome, man.
I lucked out. I just lucked out, man.
It sounds like it,
Yeah.
honestly. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I did.
So, Evan, when you're writing a song, do you get the melody in your head first or the lyrics?
I get the lyrics in my head first.
Mhm.
And that's been, just to be totally candid with you, since I quit drinking, because all my songs were about me, battling demons,
Mhm.
and drinking, and
Mhm.
trying to stop drinking. And I have now. And it's been the first 6 months, 7 months were really hard to find inspiration to write. Like I mostly focused on, like I said, my demons. And I'm, so far I've, knock on wood, I've won that battle.
You have to reteach yourself how to write a song?
Yeah, completely, man.
Wow.
I had to reteach myself, and inspiration. It's like, and I don't really, my thing, I don't write happy songs.
Right.
I just don't.
It's easier to do when you're drunk. And,
Right.
Yeah, you're down
Yeah.
on yourself.
Exactly. It's a perfect recipe. And that's why so many country music songs have whiskey in them.
Right.
Because,
You hate that that's true, but yeah, so
it's
you do. You have
true.
to, Jason Isbell had to do the same thing, but now you look at the stuff, his latest album.
Oh,
It's-
my God. Foxes in the Snow?
Yeah, just
Oh, my
him in a room with a
God.
guitar, and it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm reading your diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does it so
Yeah.
well. His lyrics are something. I aspire to just get to like 10% of what he does.
I think we all do.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
how he can craft a song is just incredible. And he's a huge inspiration and a huge role model for
What I
me.
like about you, Evan, is you're a fan of the music. You are. I can see that and I can hear that. That's so cool.
I'm a huge fan of the music. I sometimes too much.
Well, yeah.
Like
It's okay. We accept that.
Yeah, I'll geek out all the time when I'm around so many artists I listen, even local art, like David Tribble.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Love David.
I play with David, and I'm just first time like, oh, that's David Tribble. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Evan. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
and
Hi.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't play it cool. I don't know how to. And I can't hide it, and it's so obvious.
Oh, you gotta hate that about
I
yourself,
hate
don't
that
you?
about
Yeah.
myself, but I kind of embrace it to the point where I can't pretend. So, oh my God, I am such a fan.
Right.
Don't ask for a selfie. Don't ask for a selfie. Don't ask.
Get a selfie.
You want a selfie? I'll do that.
Sign my napkin.
Yeah, exactly.
So, for you, what has been the most memorable moment of your career thus far?
Okay.
Besides calling a guy that did Shane Smith in the Saints
Yeah.
album, but him saying yes.
So I would have to say I played. I really like playing listening rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really blessed with the opportunity to play a listening room down in New Braunfels called the Redbird Listening Room.
Mm-hmm.
It's owned by a guy named Dallas Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
who's an excellent artist. Just unreal. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
He really is.
And he asked me to open for Adam Hood.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
See, I was a fan. My voice cracked when
Yeah.
you said Adam Hood. I was
Me
like, oh,
too.
my God, it's with your purity again.
I did too. I got that. I got a text. I'm like, oh my God. I showed my wife the text. I'm like, look at this. And I did, and I got a standing ovation.
Oh,
So
my
it was super cool.
gosh.
And
they never care about the opener.
They never care about the opener.
Right.
And thankfully, listening rooms just care about music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those are my favorite to play. Like, I still have my full band stuff where we'll just be rocking, and I have shows that I remember. I have shows that I remember where it's just me playing to the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
But there's shows that I'm really fortunate enough to have a full room, and both full band and listening room. But man, listening rooms are so special because I feel like a lot of my music is lyrics first, and that's what I want people to really hear. And in a crowded bar, a crowded venue with a full band, it's a different experience. Which is okay.
It is, yeah.
It is.
You're a lot of background.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, and
Yeah.
that's totally cool. Or just kind of show, or just the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas listening room is just about the music and the simplicity of it, and so that would be. I'd have to say that was a moment that
You get to make those moments. That's what I like to call them in those listening rooms where you see it connect with somebody in that audience. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I got them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
It makes it. It's what keeps you going as an artist, because
I
a lot of
bet.
those shows, like I just played in Malvern, Arkansas.
There's shows that pay the bills.
that pays the
And
bills.
there's shows you're going to remember forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And ironically, some of the shows that pay the bills are the ones that you'll never remember, or you'll remember them because you play.
Yeah, you may not want to remember.
You may
them.
not want
Yeah.
to, but it certainly keeps you humble.
Right.
And then there's ones where you open for Adam Hood. I did another one with Crow and Gazelle, which is Mike
Mike,
McClure.
yeah,
Mike and his wife.
That's a cool thing
It's
they got
so
going on,
cool.
man. It's
And
so
they're so
eclectic.
good.
Yeah.
And it was a new listening room in Azle,
Mm-hmm.
Armadillo Ranch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just so cool. I just played that, and that
That's
was
cool.
another cool. I played a song I wrote for my daughter called "Sweet Mary," and there was someone crying,
Oh.
and it was
wow.
like, and then I try to not cry,
Right.
which doesn't go.
Don't
well.
look at him. Don't look at him.
As we know, I don't play it cool, so I just get choked up. I gotta, okay.
You just
know.
stop and give him a hug and then
Yep.
go back to finish the song. Yeah.
Think about baseball. Think about count the lights up there. Just don't think about the song. But I don't do that well. So yeah, there's been the listening rooms have been like the super special moments for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Evan
lucky.
Boyer hanging out with us on the ranch. Sit down. You want to do another song?
Yeah, man.
Tell us what we're going to hear.
This one was actually the first single off the album, The Devil in Me. It's called Home to You.
Mm-hmm.
I started writing it in the traditional, like, baby, I'm running out for whiskey. Please don't give me that look. But I decided, instead of just doing this self-deprecating song, really to kind of make it about the people that support the people with demons or issues is not a good word, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was about my wife. So it's called Home to You.
All right, let's hear it. Evan Boyer on the Ranch Sit Down.
Baby, I'm running out for whiskey. Please don't give me that look. And just try your best to miss me. I'm so misunderstood. And I battle from the bottom. And it's been all uphill. At least it's just the bottle, not those damn pills. Maybe you pick me up, and I'm going down. You dry me out when I drown. Yeah, baby, it hurts the most when you're not around. Oh, I don't know where I'd be without. Yeah, and I don't know who I'd be without coming home to you. Times I'm running on empty. Days I don't know who I am. And then somehow you find me, you make me that better man. I won that battle with the bottle. Still see about the war. Got those scars to remind me of what I'm fighting for. Baby, you pick me up, and I'm going down. You dry me out when I drown. Yeah, baby, it hurts the most when you're not around. Oh, I don't know where I'd be without. Yeah, and I don't know who I'd be without coming home to you. Baby, you pick me up, and I'm going down. You dry me out when I drown. Yeah, baby, it hurts the most when you're not around. Oh, I don't know where I'd be without. Yeah, and I don't know who I'd be without coming home to you.
Nicely done, man.
Thanks,
Nicely
man.
done. Evan Boyer hanging out with us here on the Ranch Sit Down. his new album right here. Look at this. I'm looking like a talk show host on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. I got to put it down. I'm not very good at this. The Devil in Me. Look, mine's autographed. What's up, everybody? Man, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to finally meet you face to face. Your songwriting is incredible.
Thanks, man.
Like, it really is. It makes a difference. It does, man. So it's the next big goal for you.
There's some festivals I want to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some, maybe they're ridiculous goals. I want to play Red Rocks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Make it a goal, man. Why not? Yeah.
It's a goal.
Heck yeah.
I want to play Red Rocks. I want to play ACL. There's because it's not like it's not like a financial goal, right? But if I'm doing that, I'm doing other things right.
That's right.
So if that's happening, other things are happening.
You know things are happening.
Exactly.
Then. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, Evan, sir, thank you so much for chatting with us today. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Best of luck, man.
All right. Thank you.